Round 14, then the penultimate round of the World 250cc Motocross Championship came to Japan, and what a superb facility they had here. The riders staying out of the heat, 120 degrees of heat. Very, very hot. Dehydration playing a major problem. The hotel just right by the circuit. Here the Swede, Jocke Carlson, walking back to that hotel to cool off. Paul Cooper, the SoCal Honda rider, enjoying the sounds of MTV. And Stefan EVERTS, the current leader in the championship, 370 points in the lead, 66 points in front of Marnik Bevorts, making some adjustments to his jeans. The German here, Pit Bierer, settling himself down with a fan to keep them cool, and Stefan EVERTS with an ice pack on his neck. It is so hot. Dehydration, a major problem. Bob Moore and his teammate Andrea Bartolini both suffering with food poisoning. The American, Talon VOHLAND, currently third in the championship, 286 points. Just 3 points in front of the British rider Kurt Nickel. Back after injury from damaging that shoulder, but the fastest man from time training was this man, number 4, the Belgian, Marnik Bevorts. Second man up, the Frenchman, Yves DEMARIA, number 3. Then it was the Brit, number 5, Kurt Nickel on the HRC Honda. As they settle themselves down there, number 2, Stefan EVERTS. Bob Moore beside him, number 41, suffering quite badly from dehydration and that food poisoning from the day before. The 15-second board went up for the start of Heat 1 here. The penultimate round of the 250 series. Gate drops. Who's going to get the whole shot? It looks like Bartolini, number 11, from Pedro Tractor. EVERTS round the outside. Nickel in the middle of that group, but it's Bartolini from VOHLAND. Then Tractor. Then it is Bevorts. Then EVERTS. There's Nickel just going through as they pick their way gingerly through that first set of whoops over the big tabletop. The Japanese really starting to get behind their favoured riders, but it's Bartolini then from VOHLAND, the American, Tractor, then Bevorts, and then EVERTS. Well, when you consider that Bartolini having a food poisoning problem is really riding so well. Bevorts up then to third now, Tractor down to fourth, EVERTS behind him in fifth. Nickel there in that group, so it's not all over yet. VOHLAND now coming under pressure from the Belgian Marnik Bevorts. The championship is all on between EVERTS and Bevorts leads EVERTS at the moment. DEMARIA coming back after a broken leg a few months ago. Obviously a little bit tentative in his riding. Pedro Tractor going through. EVERTS still there behind him. They're picking up the pace. The German Pit Bierer just going through. Behind Bierer, it is Nickel. And we've seen a change at the front. VOHLAND has gone into the lead. Bartolini dropping down to second. Now bear in mind, dehydration going to play a major part in the two races here in Japan today. There's the Oxbow rider, Yves DEMARIA, the Frenchman, number 3. But it is VOHLAND hoisting that Kawasaki high over the jumps here in Japan. VOHLAND third in the championship, 286 points. 66 points behind his teammate Stefan EVERTS. EVERTS going through. Ooh, Tractor very nearly off the side of the track. There's Nickel. That was DEMARIA behind him, but it's the American up front at the moment. Then it's Bartolini, the early leader, now down into second. They are beginning to string out a little bit now. EVERTS has gone through in front. Tractor, there's Nickel. We've got a right battle between those two, but it's VOHLAND. Then behind VOHLAND, it's Bartolini. Then it is Stefan EVERTS, number 2. He's on a charge. Bevorts behind him. Then DEMARIA, then Bierer, the German. Then Tractor, and that battle between Tractor and Nickel still raging royal. VOHLAND out in front. We're looking for EVERTS to put a pass on Bartolini. but certainly don't discount Barra because we've seen him charge before. The little German, and somebody's out. And it's number 9, that's Frederic Bollet, the French youngster. Machine expiring here in Japan in Heat 1. There, second place now for the Frenchman DEMARIA, so a change. There is Bartolini, obviously that food poisoning beginning to take an effect upon him. Nickel, Trattor's dropped down behind Nickel now, so the Brit up a place. But the battle is on at the front. It's still VOHLAND then that leads. VOHLAND now from DEMARIA. Then it's Stefan EVERTS. So the two Kawasaki riders at the moment split by the Oxbow Chesterfield Yamaha rider. DEMARIA it is then that dives in to the lead. The Frenchman back after injury, beginning to stamp his authority once again on the championship. Third place then for championship leader Stefan EVERTS. Then VOHLAND, second in the championship. And there is Bartolini with Bira behind him, then Nickel. Tentatively picking their way around these slippery corners. It's so dry here. Top 3 going through as before. Dusty on the outside. There's VOHLAND, second in the championship. There's Bira. Oh, just look at Bartolini. Actually being sick inside his crash helmet. Dehydration really taking its toll on the rider. But it's the Frenchman then, Yves DEMARIA, number 3 on the Chesterfield Yamaha that leads. Second place, it's still the American, number 8, Talon VOHLAND. Then behind him his teammate, the Belgian, Stefan EVERTS. Over the big jumps they come. EVERTS trying to pick his way through into second spot. Just one lap to go. And the heat here taking its toll on the riders. It is DEMARIA then that takes the checkered. Second then for EVERTS, eventually finding his way past his teammate VOHLAND. Fourth then for Monique Bevorts. He'll be disappointed. He needs to finish in front of Stefan EVERTS to stand any chance of clinching the championship. Cooling off. It's so hot. Stefan here being interviewed by local television. The temperature so hot, dehydration a major problem. DEMARIA number 3, that there Pedro Tractor cooling off in front of the fan before the start of the second race. Monique Bevorts and Stefan EVERTS, rivals on the track, best of friends off the track. Paul Cooper, the British rider on the SoCal Honda, walking back to the start area in preparation for the second heat. Well, the organisation here, as always in Japan, exceptional. Water in the circuit, the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka 1995. Monique Bevorts comes down onto the line. Had a problem in the first heat with the choice of front tyre, had a bit of a flat, it was a Moose tyre. It went flat-ish and caused a problem with handling, but nevertheless, refitting new tyres for the second heat. Talon VOHLAND, alongside his teammate, just making those final preparations before the gate drops. The Swede Karlsson beside Nickel. As the board prepared, the 15-second board goes up. The cameramen get ready. Heat 2 about to get underway. The 5-second board spins around. Here we go. The Frenchman, number 9, Bollet on the inside. We've got somebody on the floor. Can't see who it is, but it looks like Bartolini's got another hole shot. Well, they sort themselves out, and it is DEMARIA, Bartolini and EVERTS. Then Tractor. There's Nickel. Oh, shoulder-to-shoulder stuff into that corner. Byron not getting a good start. But it was the Frenchman then, Yves DEMARIA, that got the start on the rest. DEMARIA leads, Chesterfield Yamaha. Second place for Bartolini, third for EVERTS. 4th for Tractor. There's Cooper, number 17. He's got Nickel behind him, looking for Talon, VOHLAND, and I was just about to say BARTOLINI, and there he is. A poor start for BARTOLINI. The team manager, Michele Rinaldi, stands there and watches in anticipation. One of his charges comes through, one of his other charges comes through, so we've got 2 Chesterfields, 1 and 2. This will make Rinaldi happy. Cooper, Nickel behind him. There is VOHLAND. Poor start for VOHLAND. They are elbowing their way through Marnik BARTOLINI. This is a terrible race for him. He's got to get up in front of Stefan EVERTS. There were 22 points between them coming into this championship round, and that gap is already beginning to extend in favour of EVERTS. Nickel, he's on the gas. Pedro Tractor behind him. Paul Cooper gingerly picks his way through the ruts. An enormous jump there over the tabletop. The fans here in Japan loving the aerobatics of these riders. EVERTS, the 22-year-old Belgium, still in 3rd spot. He just has to stay in front of number 4, BARTOLINI. Nickel up to 4th. Coming into the championship in 4th position. He wants to stay in front of number 8, Talon, VOHLAND, to keep his chances of taking a number 3 plate for 1996, but the leader going through, DEMARIA. He was the hot man on the pace early on in the championship till he crashed and broke his leg. But DEMARIA is back for sure. Winning Heat 1, leading Heat 2 at the moment. There's the Brit, Nickel, going through. We're looking back behind Nickel. That's Van Rees. He's got Tractor behind him. A fair scrap between those two. Cooper coming through. This is a good point scoring position for Cooper. There's BARTOLINI. Well, I really don't think he's going to catch anybody in front. Carlson, Bollet, and there's Byra, 61. Bartolini into the lead. EVERTS going through 2nd, and that's the reason why DEMARIA, the rear wheel, is collapsing. Well, that's sad luck for DEMARIA. Then up a place goes Nickel. Everybody moves up 1. Tractor still chasing Van Rees. A real scrap. Cooper goes through. Got VOHLAND behind him. So Nickel in front of VOHLAND, and a real scrap going on between those two. I think VOHLAND's just moved up a place on Cooper. EVERTS 2nd then behind Bartolini. And despite the problems of race 1 for Bartolini, well, he's really going for it. And EVERTS has gone into the lead. Bartolini, I was just about to say, obviously not feeling the effects of his illness, but the heat here taking its toll on the rider, dropping back a little bit now as EVERTS goes into the lead. Van Rees goes through. There's Cooper, and he's got BARTOLINI behind him now. But it's Stefan EVERTS, the Belgium, leading from Andrea Bartolini, number 11. They pick their way gingerly through those very nasty ruts. Pedro Tractor looks to have gone up to 3rd. So where has Nickel gone? Oh, the back end there nearly got away from him. There's BARTOLINI. It seems very much to be one line. He's got past Cooper, but look at the speed Cooper puts through those very nadgery jumps. Van Rees, 67. Then Carlson going through on the RWJ's Honda. Then it's Byra. But Stefan EVERTS confidently out in front, with the demise then of DEMARIA with that broken rear wheel. EVERTS into the lead. Tractor now 3rd behind Bartolini. Then BARTOLINI. Then it's VOHLAND behind BARTOLINI. Then Cooper. We have lost Kurt Nickel, the British rider. He needed points. He's not going to get them here today. Bartolini grimly hangs on to that 2nd spot. Pedro Tractor hanging on to third. It really is hard work here today for BARTOLINI. Track conditions very slippery, hard packed. It's been watered, but it makes it very slippery on the hard packed corners. Look at Cooper and look at the front wheel on his bike. It's looking very, very loose. That may well be breaking up. He's got the Swede Carlson behind him, but it's going to be the checkered flag then for the Belgium, Stefan EVERTS. 20 points in the bag. More points towards his championship total. And it's looking very much like EVERTS is going to win his first 250 World Crown, the way things are. One more round left to go. Well, Monique BARTOLINI can only sit and think about what could have been. Increased his points just a little, but Talon VOHLAND very happy that Nickel didn't finish. Keeps that third place in the championship. But Stefan EVERTS it is, 407 points, 29 points in front of BARTOLINI and one round to go.